I was honestly shocked by how many products in this video let me down. I'm doing a full face of trying new makeup products that are hot on the market. I'm a professional makeup artist and I also review products for a living, and I'm really picky about makeup. With all these hot viral new products on the market, I thought I might as well review them, give you my honest opinion, give my thoughts on who I think they might work for versus who they probably won't work for. If you want to know which new makeup products are worth your money and which ones are not, make sure you keep on watching. This first product that I'm about to use is kind of weird in my opinion, and I don't use this brand often, so I'm not really sure what to expect. This is the WAITLIST Glow Boosting Serum, and as you can see, it has these little bubbles that contain, I believe, like the coverage and the pigment, and it's like immersed in a serum. This is supposed to be kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but they're marketing it as a tinted serum, so I'm excited to see what this is gonna be like actually applied on the skin. I'm gonna put maybe 2 pumps on the back of my hand. It's not super watery like I was expecting. It's kind of like a gel-like texture. I'm just gonna apply this to my skin with my fingers at first. And it does look like those pigment bubbles are popping right away. I'm not really sure if this color is gonna be right for me. It looks a little warm and a little dark, but we'll see what it looks like blended out. I'm just blending that out with my Hourglass foundation brush, and immediately the first thing that I'm noticing is that all of those pigment bubbles basically blend out into nothing. This is a very, very light coverage. I'm honestly hesitant to even say if this gives any coverage at all. This blends out really easily and melts into the skin really nicely, and it feels hydrating, but I definitely wouldn't put this on the same level as a tinted moisturizer. If you're literally looking for just a hydrating product with the very least amount of coverage, you might like this. But to me, this is more of a skincare product than it is a makeup product, if that makes sense. Looking at this product in the mirror, it does make my skin look a little healthier in terms of like glow, and it does give the tiniest little bit of pigment. Pretty much nothing, it's giving nothing. But I would say it sits on the skin really nicely and my skin has a nice glow to it. So this would really be good for those of you who pretty much want like a no makeup product, something very, very natural, kind of like a serum and a slight tint in one. You might like this. I don't know if I can say I recommend it though, so we'll see how products layer on top. So I don't actually have a new cream bronzer, so I'm just gonna use one that I've been using and loving. This is by Too Faced. This is their Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in the shade Milk Chocolate. I'm just applying a little bit of this to the outskirts of my face, mainly on my cheekbones and my forehead, and then I'm just blending that into the skin for a nice soft bronzy slash contoury kind of look. I'm really curious for how this base look is going to turn out, just because I think with that tinted glow serum the vibes are going to be very natural, but I'm going in with a concealer that I'm pretty sure is quite full coverage. This is the IT Cosmetics Do It All Radiant Concealer and Multivitamin Serum. And I haven't used this yet. This is a very interesting applicator. It's got like a doe foot almost kind of applicator with little holes in it to disperse the product. So I'm going to try and disperse some of that product right now.
A few moments later.
Okay, after a little while of twisting, I did get some product out. I was kind of worried I got a faulty one, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply this concealer. I'm applying that concealer underneath my eyes, in the center of my face, anywhere I need a little bit more coverage. Right off the bat, I noticed that the product does come out of the applicator quite quickly. So really one click is all you need until you decide you need more. Don't over disperse the product, otherwise it might be a bit difficult to work with. I mean, I guess it gets points for innovation with this new type of applicator that I haven't really seen, but to be honest, I much prefer a doe foot applicator. In terms of the formula, this is actually a really thin, easy to blend formula. It doesn't feel heavy at all. I would say this gives probably medium coverage. It's definitely not high like I was thinking it was. It definitely feels like more of a serum concealer on the skin. This shade particularly is a little bit warm for me. The glow boosting serum I applied on my skin is also a little warm, so my face is just looking overall a little bit too yellow for the rest of my body, which is whatever for the sake of this video. We're just testing products, so it doesn't really matter, but I would probably purchase a different shade in the concealer. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm using the shade Fair Warm 120, so I think I'd go with something a bit more cool. It's sitting on the skin really nicely. Again, it hasn't clung to any dry patches, which is nice. I have a bit drier skin. It feels very lightweight. Again, medium coverage at most, I would say. So if you're into the natural makeup, you might kind of like this. I don't know if this is going to be something that I reach for often, Just because of the finish, I like a little bit more coverage, and I also don't love the applicator, so those are my first kind of thoughts. I have been dying to try this next product. You guys know I love blush, so I'm going in with the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Stick in the shade Rosewood. I think the packaging on these are so pretty. Dior just always kills it with packaging, and I love a cream blush, especially a blush stick, so I'm really curious to see how this performs. I found when applying this blush, it was really glidey onto my cheek and it felt really buttery. I was expecting the color to be a bit more rosy. This was definitely a bit more on the pink side than I was expecting. When it comes to blending, this blended in fairly easy. I wouldn't say this is the easiest blush to blend, but I didn't have any issues blending it. The pigment is pretty nice. It's not too much, it's not too little. It's like a medium pigment blush and you can definitely build it up. It does have a glowy finish, so if you prefer a matte finish, you might not like this one, but if you like glowy cheeks like I do, this is a really pretty finish. I definitely thought this shade would be my favorite, but actually seeing it on, I'm not crazy about this particular shade. I'm excited to try some of the other shades. I really want to try the berry shade. It looks really pretty, as well as the pink shade. So far, this blush is kind of here nor there for me. The packaging is definitely the best part of this blush, in my opinion, but I do want to try a couple more of the colors before I give you a solid kind of answer, because I just think this shade is not wowing me. There's nothing really wrong with the formula that I could say, but I just was expecting something a little different from the shade. I'm going to take a little break from the base. I'm going to move on to eyes. So I have used this product before on my channel and I've been really loving it, but this is new from Morphe. This is their Solo Artist Priming Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Airplay, and I'm just applying that all over my eyelids. This is a really good base to intensify your shadows and prolong your wear time. If you have fair skin like me, the shade is actually quite close to my skin tone. So if you're looking for a base that sort of blends in with your natural skin tone and you are a similar shade to me, you might really like this. They remind me of MAC paint pots. I think the key for me with products like this is don't over apply. You really don't need too much, because I find when I over apply these sort of priming products, they gather in the creases in my eyes, and when I apply a really nice layer like this, they do not do that. It's been a while since an eyeshadow palette has really impressed me, but I'm very impressed with these palettes from Morphe. This one specifically is their 12 pan eyeshadow palette in the shade Moonstone. This is a really pretty cool toned palette. I love this one, and for the price, you can't beat it. I think this is like around $20 US. I'll put the price of this palette on the screen, but I'm gonna go for a pretty simple eye look today. I'm gonna pick up this beautiful neutral brown shade right here on a rougher 15 brush. And I'm just applying that in my crease in windshield wiper motions. This fluffy brush does the blending for you, makes it so easy to blend shadows quickly. I really just want a nice, soft, diffused crease, bringing a little bit of definition to my eyes. And these matte formulas in this palette are so buttery and not patchy at all. I really don't know how they do it, keeping the price point so low. And what we do to the top, we're gonna do to the bottom. So I'm dragging that same color along my lower lash line using a Rephr 03 tiny little pencil brush. I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner just a little bit. I'm picking up this color here on a Rephr 26 brush. And because I wanna keep it soft, I'm gonna be kind of wiping off that extra shadow just on the palm of my hand here. And then I'm going to apply that shadow to my outer corner, really focusing on that outer V shape. I'm going in very light-handed, very softly, and slowly building this up until I'm happy with it. I'm going to use this palette for liner as well. This palette comes with a beautiful black shade, so I'm just going to pick that up on a small angled brush. And I'm going to use that for my liner, just keeping it really tight to my lashes. I want this to be a really slim baby winged liner. I want it to look really nice and soft. I'm starting on my outer corner and then slightly flicking that up, just following the shape we created with the eyeshadow. This is actually a really beginner-friendly way to do eyeliner. I think eyeshadow liner looks more natural, but also it's just way more forgiving than a liquid liner. I kind of wanted to add a fun little pop of like color or glimmer to this look. I'm not really sure if this is gonna go with the vibe, but we'll see. This is from Rem Beauty, and this is their eyeshadow singlet in the shade Fembot. I believe this is a new addition to their collection, and I think this is like a duochrome shadow, so I'm really excited to see how this looks like on the lid. Will it go with the look? I don't know, we'll find out. I'm picking up that shade on a Rephr 02 brush and just patting that onto my mobile lid where I didn't apply any shadow. So I was a little worried about the shadow being too pigmented, but it actually isn't, and I prefer that actually. With shadows like this, I like to have control of whether I want it to be more of a topper vibe or whether I want to build it up to be more opaque, and I kind of kept it somewhere in the middle for this eye look. I built it up until I was happy with it, and it actually does really go with the eye look. This pulls a lot more purple than I thought. I thought it was more of a brown to blue shift, but it's actually more of like a bronze to lilac-y purple shift. This is actually really soft and pretty on the lids. I hope the camera is doing it justice. I am very surprised by how much I like this shade. It's a very pretty, easy to build up, easy to blend out shade. I think of all the products I've tried so far, both the eyeshadow palette and then this little eyeshadow single would be the products I recommend the most to you. For mascara, I believe this is a tubing formula, which I don't often try tubing formulas, but this is the Half Magic Eye Electric Extreme Lengthening Mascara, and this is in the brown shade. I actually really love a brown mascara, so I wanted to test this one instead of the black, although I think the black would go better with this look. I think the brown is a bit more of a unique shade, and browns can really be hit or miss. I'm applying this mascara to my top and bottom lashes, building it up on my top lashes until I'm happy. This brush is a very kind of just flat and straight brush, nothing too revolutionary. One of the first things I noticed about this mascara was the color. Unfortunately, with brown mascara, some of them just look kind of like an off black, and this is sort of what this is giving me. It's not giving true brown. This is my eye with mascara, and this is without. To me, I'm so picky about mascaras, you guys, like so picky about it. I feel like it can really make or break your whole look. And to me, this didn't really do anything special. The color isn't wowing me. It doesn't really look brown. My lashes just look kind of meh. I will give this a few more tries because I know mascaras, once they're introduced to air and stuff like that, the formula kind of changes. So I'm very aware of that. But I do just want to mention really quickly, I actually am the founder of Charis Cosmetics, my very own makeup brand. And as you guys probably know, if you watch my videos, I made a really beautiful gloss, and I'm now working on a mascara, and I'm working on a brown mascara specifically. So I'm gonna link the wait list to get this mascara down in the description. It is a true brown mascara. It is a long wearing mascara. It lasts all day. Like, you can cry in it, you can have full blown meltdown and it will stay. The color, it gives volume, it lengthens. It's just perfect in my opinion. Like, I don't really use other mascaras anymore because I notice my makeup just doesn't look as good. But anyways, all that to say, if you want to get on the wait list for my next product, definitely check out the link down below. But yeah, not crazy about this, but willing to give it another shot. Okay, so we're gonna move on to lips now. This next product has been the talk of the makeup community. This is the new Huda Beauty Lip Contour Stain. I'm using the shade Soft Nude, and I did post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts using these, so if you want to see kind of what that looks like, check it out. But I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lips. Hear me out, you guys. I was not expecting to like these lip stains, but these apply so beautifully. I actually really like these for overlining the lips. They last a very long time, and the applicator makes it really easy to just do a quick lip liner. They're one of the easiest lip stains I've ever used. This color, Soft Nude, is really hard to find in a lip stain. Browns are kind of hard to find in lip stains, and this one is just so pretty. I think light to medium skin tones would really love this stain. It is just so beautiful, and I just think if you are the type of girl who wants your lip combo to last a really long time, this is a really great option for a lip liner. For lipstick, I believe these are fairly new from Laura Mercier, but I've been obsessed with this nude lip color. This is the Laura Mercier Caviar Hydra Cream lipstick in the shade Fifth Ave, and just look how pretty this nude is. This is the perfect pale, but not too pale nude. I think fair skin tones would really love this shade. I'm pretty picky about my lipsticks, and I've been reaching for this nonstop. We're gonna top the lips with a little bit of gloss, or should I say lip glow butter. These are new from Dior. These are the new Dior Addict Lip Glow Butters, and this is the shade Glazed Pink. How cute is this? Like, this is something I want to pull out of my purse and just be applying all day long. So let's see how the formula is, how it looks and feels on the lips. Right away, I notice the signature Dior lip product smell, which is just a really soft, sweet mint. Upon initial application, these feel like a nice hydrating balm. They're thick, but not sticky. This color is actually really nice. It's just a really sheer pink. You could wear this on top of pretty much any lip combo, I think. To give you my honest opinion, I'm gonna have to test these for a little bit longer. As you know, with lip balms, you kind of want to test them and wear them all day to see if they're hydrating, if they're gonna dry your lips out, how long they wear, and that kind of thing. But upon initial application, they seem like a beautiful Dior lip product, which I personally think Dior does lip products pretty well. I actually feel like we're missing a little something on the cheek, and since Dior has been launching all types of new products, I thought why not finish with a little bit of the new Dior powder blush. This is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush in the shade Rosewood. They just reformulated their powder blushes, and so I want to see how they perform compared to their old formulation. I'm applying that to my cheeks using a Rephr 04 brush. I was pretty surprised on initial application by how much more pigmented these are than their old blushes. Other than that, I think the formula is relatively similar in terms of blendability and the way it looks on the skin. I just think they amped up the pigments a little bit and added some new colors, which I'm all for. I do think for the price though, there are a lot of really good powder blushes that do a little bit more, just in my opinion. And that is it for this full face trying new makeup products. If you like these videos where I try new makeup launches, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so I know that you like it so I can create more. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. It only takes 2 seconds and it really does help me out so much. I was really shocked by how many products in this video were just kind of meh. I'm walking away from this full face being kind of let down, but there were a few good products in there, but really like not a whole lot of these new makeup launches are shocking me. So hopefully the next one will be a little bit better, but it's good to know what products are worth it and which ones are not. If you haven't checked out my last video, I did this really gorgeous kind of like soft glam, my signature effortlessly pretty makeup look. If you're into that kind of makeup, definitely check it out. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.